Hello and welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's date is Thursday, the 10th of July, 2025. The year BSV comes alive. Branch your threads, expand your mind with treechat.ai or your post put on chain. Right, let's see what we've got today. Let's start off with this. Got a fantastic thread here from True ECN Broker. Again, you know, more revelations about the one fee X BTC address, so we're going to go through that. Looking forward to that. Continuations again, yeah, revelations coming thick and fast. We'll just remind ourselves of what happened and have a look at some of the addresses. They've got the links to them there. Find out if that one fee address is related to it. We've got the wallet address here, the 79,957 BTC in it, representing $9 billion. Look at that. Is that 9 billion? Yeah, that's me. Yeah, 9 billion, 74 million. And that's because the price has gone up today. Whoa. Got some posts here from Craig, which we'll have a look at. Some posts on my own profile, some 365 days of Bitcoin history, and then that'll be the end of the show. Right, let's get into it.
Satoshi, like a cowboy in the West, riding on the blockchain that they call the very best. 1 million strong, them transactions flying free. Just wait for the Terra node, you'll surely see.
Here we go. Right, let's get into this one. So True ECN Broker for Forex Trading says more detail of the Bitcoin fatal bug. And he's hashtagged BTC, BCH, 80,000 BTC transaction, but BSV fixes it. Number one, the 80,000 BTC transaction having two addresses claimed by Craig Wright was done using the fatal bug in BTC at BCH because he lost all of his keys. The public does not know this yet. Okay. If the one FEX BTC is moved using the above keyless method, the fatal bug of BTC and BCH is confirmed. Why? The next 79,957 BTC address, the one FEX publicly claimed by Craig using newspaper, it has received a legal message by the Salomon brothers. So that one there has received the message by the Salomon brothers because it's got these 79,000. There is 79,000 BTC in there. Oh right, so if the one FEX BTC is moved using the above keyless method, then the fatal bug is confirmed. Whoa, so that means you will actually be able to move those coins using the keyless method. That would be massive if that happened. Massive. Whoa. Cyphertux, so got his profile there. Check this one FEX BTC address. It is the key to this BTC BCH fatal bug. What's this one? He's got a judiciary link here. Tulip Trading Limited Seychelles, yeah. And he said, True ECN Broker, find me some spam from the period that matches your image. It's important. I'm curious. And don't send me an image, just a link. What interests me is to see if they follow the same spam process, because that could mean the entity behind the current spam is the same as the one you're talking about. However, my brother, you must understand that these two wallets have never moved any funds yet, but it's true that they're P2PKH and obviously targeted by the spam too. And then ECN Broker said, check the one FEX BTC address in the coming days. It's the key to the fight. He said, hey, don't hesitate to tag me, but I'm not buying it. You're giving no reason. I'm all ears though. He said, actually saying this might just create noise and be pointless. I'm listening, but I can't waste time on the theory that's based on an idea without any supporting arguments. And ECN has said here, Craig lost all of his keys because he destroyed his hard drive. This is a fact. The 80,000 BTC BCH moved using the keyless method. Have they actually moved using the keyless method? I don't think they've... Not from that one for the Exodus, I don't think they've moved. Don't know about the BC... I haven't checked the BCH from that address though. Just check the 1FX BTC BCH movement to confirm it, because Craig publicly claimed he lost the key to the 1FX and he is the legal owner. Future Green said, I appreciate your efforts, bro, but come on. This starts sounding like cope. That's what they desperately want it to be. That's what they desperately want it to be. Great thread there. Great thread there. Yeah, so CypherTux has said here, this research document by Craig S. Wright, University of Exeter Business School, presents a systematic and technical critique of BTC, that's Greg Coin, and the Lightning Network. Wright argues that BTC has betrayed the fundamental principles of Bitcoin as originally conceived. I'm studying this PDF because it deserves our full attention, but Craig is trying to scare us. Listen, he's really starting to freak me out, because if all this is true, or all this is due to pure chance, then I'm going to play the lottery every day. Oh, so somebody's starting to realise that. So he said the continuation here. So the first commit and normalization of the document. Then on July 4th, during the last commit, we have a very clear read the author. Why? School of University of Nottingham. I guess I was looking for. All right, template file. Author Craig S. Wright. Author name first Craig S. Author name last Wright. Author workplace Department of Economics, University of Exeter. So he said, and the worst, look at the push date on the GitHub of this PDF document created on July 1st. Original push without mentioning Craig on June 27th. And to top it off, he committed on July 4th at 4:06 PM UTC. Want more? It makes you think I've a real issue regarding dates. Intriguing. So that's when Craig published that work on July the 1st, which was a critique of BTC, and then suddenly 80,000 BTC move on the 4th of July. And Radio Chat has said here, Craig Wright is very likely the person behind the pseudonymous transfer of 80,000 BTC. How many followers has he got? 3,000. No, yeah, everything in my research seems to point to the controversial computer scientist and entrepreneur Craig Wright in the matter of the 80,000 BTC moved. A thread. Let's have a look here. The facts, so Les Enfants. Craig S. Wright is an OG close to the cypherpunk movement and the invention of Bitcoin. CSW's role in Bitcoin is unclear, but it is certain that he collaborated with David Kleiman, one of the main candidates in the search for the identity of Satoshi Nakamoto. The history of the relationship between, I think that's meant to be CSW and David Kleiman, is extremely troubling and deserves, in light of recent events, a particular thorough study. I recommend the CoinMarketCap article for an introduction. It's highly likely, particularly based on the elements published before, during and after the trial, indicated by David Kleiman's brother Ira Kleiman, that CSW appropriated David Kleiman's wallet, which, even if he was not Satoshi, contained numerous BTC. Oh, that's bullshit. He didn't take anything from Dave. and that's already been found. Clutching at straw. Oh, these basically like gonna try and do a hit piece on Calvin there. Yeah, nice one. Whatever. So the Bitcoin news said here: Satoshi era whale moves 80,000 BTC after 14 years of silence. Analysts have traced the recent movement of 80,000 Bitcoins back to the early miner active during 2010 and 2011. One of the wildest events in Bitcoin history, a long dormant Bitcoin whale moved 80,000 BTC worth approximately $8.6 billion on July 4th, 2025. The wallets involved had been inactive since 2011, sending shockwaves of speculation, curiosity, and concern across the Bitcoin space. This was the largest transfer of old Bitcoin ever recorded. According to data from Look On Chain and Arkham Intelligence, the coins originated from early mining rewards referred to as Coinbase transactions and hadn't been touched in over 14 years. This is the largest daily movement of coins aged 10 years or more in Bitcoin's history, said Giuliano Moreno, head of research at Crypto Quant. The wallets involved are believed to be from the Satoshi era when Bitcoin was still unknown and the coins were trading for less than $1. The original value of these coins was reportedly between 78 cents and $3.37 per BTC, so the gains in 2025 are astronomical. Each 10,000 BTC transfer moved over $1 billion in value, and the entire 80,000 BTC is now in new unused wallet addresses. Importantly, the coins were not sent to exchanges, so the owner is not necessarily planning to sell, at least not yet. The addresses involved in this huge exodus include... So the 1FX is not in the one there. In 8 years of analysing Bitcoin, I've never seen anything like this, said J.A. Martin, another crypto quant analyst. The massive transfer has triggered a flood of theories in the community. Among the most popular are profit taking. Will a great coin recently trading above 110,000? Some believe the original holder is cashing out at a peak after over a decade of waiting. 137,000x return on is hard to ignore. Security update or recovery. Some link the move. Something the move might be due to updated cold storage methods or recovering lost keys. A test transaction using Bitcoin Cash was noted before the main transfers, probably to verify access to the wallets. Government involvement, yeah, not even that. Haftor Thek, not bothered about that one either. See what they said here. Some believe these coins belong to Satoshi Nakamoto, the mysterious creator of Bitcoin. Yep, likely. They say Satoshi kept mining during the early years of Bitcoin, and this is part of his stash, which has remained untouched to this day. Satoshi's real identity remains unknown to this day, not quite. Many names have been thrown around over the years. Hal Finney, David Schwartz. Oh, they've actually mentioned Craig Wright here. No way. And Elon Musk, but Satoshi remains a mystery. Well, there's not many names there, really, is there? At the time of the transfer, Bitcoin was $107,000, down slightly. Whale activity is seen as a warning sign of price drops and can move the market, but analysts note that the whale demand is also increasing, and this could just be asset reorganization, custody changes, or arbitrage, and not necessarily a sell-off. For now, the markets wait with bated breath for what's next. Ooh. Fantastic. Right, so the 1FX address hasn't had any Bitcoin moved from it, but it's now got a claim of ownership on it, and the 79,000 BTC in there could be moved via a keyless method, all due to a critical flaw that's been added into BTC and BCH, with all their fuckery that they've put in the protocol, SegWit, Taproot, canonical transaction ordering, all that kind of crap. Wow. Amazing. So here's the 1FX address, the one that now has a notice of claim on it with the $9 billion worth. Oof, 79,957 BTC. So it looks like people have been just sending little bits to it. By the looks of it, ever since this happened, 3rd of July 2025. 30th of July 2025. Looks like people have been like sending little bits to it. They're saying, warning, this transaction involved deceptively similar addresses. It may be an address poisoning attack. So that's when people point out, you know, people put a similar address out there, but it's not the same one, and they collect all this spam that people are sending, or dust transactions, whatever you want to call it. Interesting. All right, let's have a look at this one. So CSW said here, Grok, you assert the BTC was possibly stolen from his late partner David Kleiman, yet the US District Court ruled there was no partnership. You ignore legal findings and repeat a disproven narrative to imply criminality when none was found. This is not commentary, it is fabrication. You reference $8.6 billion as if that proves theft, but value does not infer wrongdoing. You use speculates to shield a libelous claim behind innuendo. The claim is false, damaging, and made with reckless disregard for truth. That is defamation. You quote one court when convenient and ignore another when it contradicts you. That is dishonest. You assign motive using fictional TV show references and arrogant messages. That is not analysis, it is smear. The asset you allude to were never ruled to belong to anyone else. There is no evidence of theft. You slander based on conjecture. You accuse without proof. You publish reputational harm as entertainment. Yeah, absolutely. Going full barrels there. Spot on. He's also put out a gem of a post here. Actually, I'll just read this one. So Neil Oliver has said here. We'll just show what this was in related to. So initially, Neil Oliver said nothing, absolutely nothing will change as long as the creation and flow of debt-laden fiat money is in private hands. That is all. And bad as the based House of Pleb said, and yet you have completely stopped talking about Bitcoin. Oh. And he's continued saying, subject to the Bitcoin white paper, if data has been commoditized, it is competitive, proof of work desirable because of its use, finite of supply, having grown neutrally and organically, decentralized and founded upon an unbroken chain of digital signatures, then yes. Oh, absolutely, he's spot on there. And Tracer said here, we still don't know who created it and what happened to it. If we learn that an intelligence agency or government is behind its creation, it will be blood in the streets. And I've responded to that saying, if intelligence agency or government is behind its creation, then they would not have created it with a chain of digital signatures that holds all users of the network equally and individually accountable. This is why we know an intelligence agency was behind the development of SegWit. Yeah, big time. All right, let's go on to this before we go on to other posts. CSW said here, with regard to the beautiful picture of the sea there, he said, those aren't sparkles. That's not the sun dancing across the ocean in a poetic ballet of light and life. That, my friends, is possible unicorn fart decoherence. Yes, you heard me, the shimmer on the waves, not beauty, it's weaponized mystery. Or weaponized whimsy. If we don't act now, if we don't fund this, coherent unicorn farts will begin to entangle. They'll form qubits people, and when that happens, it's over. Quantum sparkles will align, the hornet bastards will ride in, elves on their backs, singing in minor keys, and appropriating everything that isn't nailed down with iron and cynicism. Terry Pratchett warned us, hit them with iron, he said. Not glitter, not policy papers, not hashtags iron. Cold, hard, non-decoherent iron. But here we are, still talking about food, still thinking meals matter. Let me be clear, the time for sandwiches has passed. This is national security. You want lunch, the elves want your house. You want healthcare, the unicorns want the moon. And unless you pour every penny into your unicorn fart containment shield, trademark. We're going to wake up one morning speaking fluent Elvish and paying taxes in moonbeams. Stop dithering, start starving, protect your family. Say no to sparkles, say yes to iron. Almost like a call to arms there, absolutely. And he continued, disclaimer brought to you by every political party and politician ever. Left, right, centre, upside down, doesn't matter. If there's a brown paper bag involved, you can bet your last glitter-coated breath someone's fat mitt is halfway down it, rooting around like a badger in heat. We unite across the aisles, not for peace, not for progress, but for that sweet, succulent lop at the taxpayer-funded trough. Because whether it's unicorn fart shields, rainbow missiles, aka quantum computing, or budget-lined items named miscellaneous magical defence, rest assured we all agree on one thing. The public must go hungry so Parliament can eat. I think that's in reference to... Donald Trump has actually released today something to do with spending on defence, but CSW ripping into him there, using sarcasm as ever, which is really good. Right, let's get back to some of my posts here that obviously took my concern. Check this out. So Patriotic Nation said here, you only have to listen to this compilation of ministers in the Welsh Snedden, that's the Welsh Parliament, to know that you don't get them out. To know that if you don't get them out, Wales is finished. I know we're all in the same boat in Britain, but Jesus, this lot are next level insane. Yeah, let's have a listen.
This Senedd, through our Nation of Sanctuary programme, has led the world.
Wales aim to be a nation of sanctuary, and our desire to expand the rights of refugees and asylum seekers to access services, not limit them.
Wales as a nation of sanctuary.
Let's just be clear, we are a nation of sanctuary.
Universities of sanctuary within our nation of sanctuary.
To ensure Wales is truly a nation of sanctuary for refugees and asylum seekers.
We are proud of being a nation of sanctuary.
A declaration of a nation of sanctuary is in itself not enough. We have to actually practice it, and that should be a priority.
That we are proud to be a nation of sanctuary.
On a nation of sanctuary, to reach out, to provide homes.
Supporting as a nation of sanctuary.
And I think the nation of sanctuary provides a very good framework. And
Wales, the nation of sanctuary.
Housing asylum seekers. Now, I'm extremely proud of the fact that Wales is a nation of sanctuary.
We know that it does threaten here in Wales, our nation of sanctuary.
Whilst we are rightly proud of our inspiration to be a nation of sanctuary.
It's a nation of sanctuary over the treatment of refugees and asylum seekers.
With our asylum and refugee plan and our nation of sanctuary plan.
I really hope we can be that nation of sanctuary to people coming here unhindered, quickly, right now. Thank you, dear.
Absolute traitors, all of them. It's high treason. Again, all following the Kalergi plan. It's scary, literally all in lockstep. Where have we heard that before? And then check this out. This is also pretty horrendous. Have a listen.
Told you that under a new law, Parliament. Told you that under a new law going through Parliament, you could be banned from going places, posting online, or even just speaking in public, without ever committing a crime. It's called a respect order. And it's part of Britain's new crime and policing bill, the latest version released in January 2024. Here's how it works. A relevant authority, which can include your local council, the police, even a housing provider, can apply to the court for an order against you. You don't have to be there. You may not even know about it. The court just needs to be satisfied, on the balance of probabilities, that you might cause alarm or distress, which is very broadly defined. No criminal offence is needed, no trial, no jury. And the respect order can ban you from doing anything the court describes, going anywhere, contacting people, posting online. If you breach it, it becomes a criminal offence, and you could face up to 2 years in prison. In other words, you could be ordered to stop doing things because of what someone thinks you might do, before any crime has happened. This isn't about punishing crime, it's about controlling behaviour before it happens. And this bill is active, right now in Parliament. Are we going too far?
There we go, you heard it here, folks. This is literally George Orwell's 1984. The only reason they're getting away with it is because people don't know the law. It's utterly criminal, which is what they're doing. Against the constitutional. It is high treason. Absolutely it is.
You that under a new law going through
this is what we're up against now. If people don't wake up, and Bitcoin is the only way out of this, because what's funding this is the fiat currency fraud. These criminals can print this from nothing and influence these people to do their bidding for them. That is what's going on. It's economic influence, all perpetrated by fraud. All right, let's have a quick 25 minutes gone. Let's have a quick look at July 10. Oh, I've had to add the movement of 80,000 BTC in there. July 10th, check it out. July 10th, 2014, Craig Wright is interviewed by Dale Dickens at Australia's first ever Bitcoin conference in Melbourne called Inside a Bitcoin Conference, and that went from the 9th to the 10th of July 2014. The three-part series by Dale was called the Bitcoin Doco. And in it, Craig actually said, well, with somebody said here, when he says Bitcoin comes from the idea of merging a number of cryptographic protocols with a 2005 published idea of a triple entry ledger, only the creator would describe Bitcoin in such a way. Yeah, this is Craig describing Bitcoin in 2014. Literally. It comes from the idea of merging a number of cryptographic protocols with a 2005 published idea of a triple entry ledger. So did people even know what triple entry accounting was back then? It's basically you've got the double entry, one book, and then you'd have another book. But triple entry means that it's effectively public. And he knew this back then. Who on earth would know that? Who on earth would know that? July 10th, 2021, a 124-year-old hydroelectric plant is using its power to mine Bitcoin. I remember that one. Yeah, so they started up to getting it to mine Bitcoin. Bringing things back into use. And also, 10th of July 2023, CSW posted, he said, you can listen now and be ahead of the curve. So he said, you can listen now and be ahead of the curve, or you can listen after Jan 2024. Either way, the long term is the same for me. Your choices are not my problem. A court case didn't quite go in the way they expected because it was a complete sham. But here we are, Terra Node, and now we got October 5th, the 90-day deadline for somebody to claim the 80,000 BTC in the wallet. Oof, it's all getting spicy, real spicy. Right, there we go. So we are July 10th. We've got 70 days left to the Kellesh Weller countdown. Ends at 0. Stay tuned. Hit the subscribe button. You're not going to want to miss this. So until then, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.
2 years ago, you got SegWit, which we lied and cheated and stealed, and I was part of the lying and cheating and stealing to get SegWit, to get Lightning, which, by the way, had critical vulnerabilities and lost people's money.
The king still has one more move!
Remember, Bitcoin is BSV. Everything else is BS.